Have you ever heard of a journey where ordinary men and women sailed into the unknown, not for wealth or fame, but to challenge an empire with nothing but faith? What happens when fragile boats carry unshakable hearts? This is more than just history. It's a living lesson for every single one of us. In a year when the world's eyes were fixed on Gaza, a group of strangers from different lands gathered together. Were doctors, teachers, journalists, not a single warrior among them. Yet they made the choice to board small ships, loaded not with weapons, but with medicine, food, and hope. Among them was a man named Elian Ward, a quiet schoolteacher from the UK. He had never witnessed war firsthand, but he had read enough about injustice to know that silence is a sin when innocent children cry behind locked borders. The flotilla was named the Global Flotilla of Faith. Dozens of boats, like fragile birds on a stormy sea, set sail toward Gaza. Their mission was simple but profound: to deliver aid and break through the blockade that held millions trapped in despair. But the sea wasn't their only danger. A sense of darkness followed them as their ships sliced through the waves. Whispers spread among the crew. What if we're attacked? At night, the sound of waves crashing against the wooden hulls felt like the footsteps of unseen enemies. Shadows on the horizon looked like monsters rising from the depths. Elian often stood on deck, his heart racing. Fear whispered in his ear, "Turn back." Yet his faith thundered even louder. If not us, then who? One stormy night, as lightning tore across the sky, their radios crackled to life with a chilling message: unknown vessels approaching. Tension gripped the entire flotilla. Were these warships? Would they be sunk into the sea without mercy? Suddenly, a blinding spotlight cut through the night and armed boats surrounded them. Commands were shouted in a language most didn't understand. The moment of horror had arrived. Some of the passengers froze in place. Others began to pray. Elian closed his eyes, whispering a verse he remembered from a translation of the Quran. Do not think Allah is unaware of what the wrongdoers do. He only delays them for a day when eyes will stare in horror. The soldiers stormed aboard. Chaos erupted. Yet, in that chaos, something completely unexpected happened. Not one of the aid workers raised a hand in violence. Instead, they sang. They prayed. They lifted banners of peace. One soldier, aiming his weapon, found himself trembling. Why? Because in the eyes of these unarmed passengers, he saw no fear, only unwavering conviction. Though many were arrested, and some tragically lost their lives, the flotilla shook the world. The news spread like wildfire. Millions who had previously turned away now turned their eyes to Gaza. What weapons had failed to do, these fragile boats of faith had accomplished. Elian later wrote from his prison cell, "True victory is not in reaching the shore, but in proving that even the weakest vessel can sail against the strongest tide when faith is its anchor." Maybe you're not boarding a ship today. Maybe your personal struggle is different, fighting loneliness, injustice at work, or the fear of failure. But remember this story: the world changes not when the powerful act, but when ordinary people refuse to be silent. If this story touched your heart, don't let it end here. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like the video and comment with your thoughts below. And please, subscribe for more stories that awaken the soul. Because one day, you too may be called to sail your own ship of faith. Thank you for listening.